Hello friends, so welcome back to my channel. It's been 3 months since I published the last video. I think it was Entry Point Lifestyle day 85, and today is day 209, and I would like to tell you how I've been living my life since the beginning of this year, what's new and what's exciting. But before that, I would like to welcome those of you who are here for the first time and who are asking, who is this guy with red glasses? So I'm just a regular guy who in 2017 or 18, something happened in my life and I started to perceive the reality around me differently. And then years later, I formulated it into entry point philosophy. So when you look at all the videos around here, this is for me to introduce entry point philosophy to you, to find out if it's something that might be worth investing time into, because it could be a tool that can help you in your life. And to find out if it's something for you, then I would say on this side, when you see these videos on my profile, these are videos that demonstrate how entry point philosophy can help you to discover things around you that normally you would not see. And on this side, I show there the Entry Point Insight series is a series of insights that I found out when I put on my entry point glasses through which I perceive the reality. So if you find any of the insights interesting, meaning if you find that it might be cool to perceive the world in a way that you can find these insights yourself, then you should definitely try to join ENTRYPOINTacademia.org, where you can see how you can deep dive into entry point philosophy and learn more about it and how to apply it in your life. And I guess I'm a living example of it, and all the videos and outputs and content I put on this channel is basically me just sharing with the world how I apply entry point philosophy in my life. And if you find something interesting in that for yourselves, that's great. If not, life goes on. So back to 209 days. So since 2019, I've done 12 water fasts, ranging from, 30, 40 days, going up to 60, 70 days. And I've been doing this, periodically, once, twice, 3 times a year. And then in the end of last year, I realized that the best way for me, and maybe for a lot of other people, is to live in a way that our body was made for, which is not the way we've been living the past 100 years, that we have food everywhere. Not from the point of view of the last 10,000 years, where we had farming, bread, and food, but how our body fed itself the past 200,000 years, million years. Because this is what the body is fine-tuned to. And Entry Point Lifestyle is in the 2 segments of Entry Point Academia. Second one is health. So when I perceive health through entry point glasses, I look at health from a point of view of how my genetic code was feeding itself the past million years. In the past million years, it didn't have 3 meals a day. In fact, it probably had few meals per week, because as I read in this book, which I highly recommend to everyone, the number one reason why not only humans but mammals and all organisms in this world, why they die, is not due to diseases. It's not due to injuries. But the main reason, the number one reason, is that you die you starve to death. There's no food. So obviously, for the past million years, this body is made for not a lot of food. The digestive system is not made to eat, like to eat 6, 7 times a day. The digestive system is not made for eating carbohydrates and sugars every day. So starting the first of this year, I basically started eating. Initially, I thought I would eat every other day. Then I would say the first several months of this year, I ate maybe every second, sometimes even every third day. And it has a profound effect on me. One of them is that I don't, now I'm going to call it fast feed myself. But what I mean by fast feed is that when it's not an occasion where it's just like, let's grab something or let's just grab something from the fridge, then I skip these. But when it's about really meeting with my friends, celebrating something, or having an occasion that I can try some different food that I've never had, then of course, I don't starve myself, or I don't deny myself something that is part of life. So since the beginning of the year, I don't eat as much. So I would say, in fact, the way I look at it is that I do fasting all the time, and every now and then I eat food. And the food I eat most often are green vegetables and meat. For sure, I don't eat any carbohydrates and sugars. Now, of course, you always eat some carbohydrates, but definitely I don't eat or drink any sugars. And that's how I've been feeding myself since the beginning of the year. And I have to tell you that the way I feel is much better than when I fast. Yet I still have let's call them spiritual and cognitive effects that I would have from fasting. So definitely, if you are thinking about fasting, drop me a line and contact me, because I want to tell you more about Entry Point Lifestyle, or check out my profile about Entry Point Lifestyle. I think I already made a list of Entry Point Lifestyle videos. So check them out, contact me, because Entry Point Lifestyle might in the end be something that is more for you and is easier to do and have the benefits of water fasting, because water fasting itself, I don't think it's for everyone. But again, this way, the way I live right now, the way I feed myself, I find that it's optimal. I feel in a good shape. And one thing that I added to my life, and this I think started about the mid of February, because as I said, the way I perceive reality and the health aspect is that I try to feed myself and live physically how the prehistoric, the mammoth hunters lived. And of course, so I feed myself the way they do, or they did. But I remember once sitting on the couch behind me, and I realized that, of course, these ancient ancestors, they, aside from feeding the way they fed, they also had exercise, movement. They had to physically hunt, so they were running, moving. And when I was sitting on the couch, I realized that's what I'm doing. And I also realized that I remember when the space astronauts, when they're in the air, or when they're up there, let's say on the space station, immediately the body starts throwing away things that it doesn't need. So the muscle mass is dropping. The integrity of the bone structure is going down. So I realized that, yeah, I should really every day do some physical exercise. Now, of course, I'm busy. I don't have time to to go to the gym, or of course I can make the time, but the time investment would be so big that I was searching, and I realized that I'm going to be doing home exercising. So in the mid of February, I started exercising at home. I devised for myself a half an hour routine, and basically every day since then till today, I've been doing this routine. I think I also recorded it, and since some of my some of the people around me started noticing that my body shape has been changing, they've been asking me for they were asking me for the routine. So I recorded a video, which is now it's not public, but if you're interested in the routine that I do, let me know, and I can send you the link to the routine. So I do it every day, and as I was working out at home every day, I always thought, because in the past my experience was working out in a gym, I always thought that working out at home is a waste of time. It doesn't do anything. So every day, when I finished my routine, I was checking myself back there in the mirror to check if there's any improvement, if it's worth continuing. And as I was checking myself in the mirror, I realized that to me it seemed like it had no effect. So I started taking photos, and then I realized, hey, since you're taking photos, let's make it let's take it a step further. And basically, on my Instagram profile, every morning when I finished the workout, I check myself in the mirror, and I ask myself, should I continue working out or not? And in that moment, as I'm checking, I take a picture and I publish it on Instagram. So on my Instagram profile, I started putting photos of me. And again, it's sort of like a little commitment tool, because I have to continue on, well, not I have to, but it's a motivational thing that many times, I'm always curious after the workout, if the picture is going to show that there is improvement or not. And I got to tell you that so far, I feel there's no improvement at all, because I feel like the photos are all the same. But anyway, I'll just be doing this routine, and I'll probably do it for a year, and then I'll evaluate the pictures and see if I should continue. But anyway, this is the second segment of Entry Point Academia, which is health. And that's how I live from a health point of view. Now, the first segment is how to perceive reality around you, which I practice every day because it's also part of Entry Point Lifestyle. And I'm not going to deep dive into it, but if you want to find out more about how, in general, to view reality around you, then check out the over here, segment number 1, the video over here. And so to understand how I view reality, of course, the second video up there, that's the one about health, which leads me into the third segment, which I'm working on. And again, I think that my goal is, let's say, by the end of the summer, that I would have it finished and published. So Entry Point Academia is segments that go right after each other. Again, the video here in the bottom, over here, that describes all the segments. So for each segment, which go in 1 to 9, I do long explanatory video. So I've done one for segment 1. I did another one for segment 2. And currently I'm working on segment 3. Segment 3 is about accelerated learning and how to acquire a new skill as effectively as possible. Now, for those of you who are interested in this area, which you must be, because every one of us from our childhood had to learn new skills every day, basically. So big part of this accelerated learning area is, of course, AI, because AI is an amazing tool that can help you learn much faster. But in the same time, a big part of accelerated learning is not only how to learn faster, but to identify what you should actually learn and how you should actually learn it and what results you want to get from it. And if you don't have these cleared up, then AI will not really, at least at this point, help you that much. But this is something I've been working on, and really soon I want to publish video for segment 3 about accelerated learning, because again, Entry Point Academia is about life. And of course, the first segment is, if you imagine that you wake up, you have no idea where you are. So before you do anything, you have to understand where you are. And that's segment 1, how to perceive the reality around you so you even know how to orient in it. And once you have this done, then the second part is health. And these two are interconnected. And you can look at it like you are inside of a machine, and the machine has two parts. The software, that's how to perceive reality, and the hardware, and that's health. And once the machine is ready, then step 3 is that you have to acquire skills, speaking, listening, understanding languages, learning how to write, learning how to count, learning how to speak effectively. All these skills you have to learn and acquire. And that's the third segment, how to acquire new skill fast, because in today's reality, which is exceedingly speeding up, this is the most important skill. Because what can happen tomorrow you wake up and the segment, your job, the skill that all these years help you to generate income, all of a sudden is gone, and you have to learn a new skill. So this is what Entry Point Academia is about, how to apply Entry Point philosophy in your life. This channel is about me publishing how I apply Entry Point philosophy in my life. And with this, I will say goodbye. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions about water fasting, life, politics, anything. Check out all these videos that I have here. And hopefully I'll do a video soon. And also check out my my Entry Point music series. Also check out my TikTok profile where I publish my music videos. And all of this is just my life living Entry Point philosophy. So hopefully see you soon in the next video. Bye-bye.